feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord,
some stories don't echo. They absorb. Like soil drinking rain it never asked for. Grateful without needing to bloom on command. This week, no banners trailed his name. No brand sponsored his steps. But something shifted anyway. A gentler gravity in places once too loud to feel. He didn't post. He planted. In a quiet corner of Venice, a gondolier found a pressed lilac sealed inside an envelope. No address. Only the words, "Let memory grow roots." He slipped it between the pages of a book he hadn't opened in years. That night, his dreams hummed with cello strings played underwater. No one mentioned Taehyung. They didn't have to. Because he wasn't seen. He was recognized. Jungkook isn't mourning. He's watering the past. On Weverse, Jungkook didn't cry. He didn't say Taehyung's name. He just tuned his guitar to an unfamiliar key. Then strummed a chord that felt like remembering someone who used to wait by the door. But no longer needs to. He said only this: not all goodbyes happen at the end. And fans felt the weight of 1,000 unsent letters pressed gently on their ribcages. The return is an aftertaste, not a flash. In Tokyo, a soundless exhibit appeared overnight. 11 frames. Each one empty except for a small plaque underneath. Silence number 3, the moment before he looked back. Silence number 7, the breath after his last note. Silence number 11, the absence that felt like presence. Visitors cried in rooms that played no music. Because grief, when loved enough, becomes art. He's not absent. He's in the in-between. A bartender in Montreal swears a stranger left behind a matchbook. On the inside cover, a sketch of 2 boys beneath a street lamp, both holding shadows that reached for each other. Next to it, a single line: "Even the dark knew how to find us." He keeps it by the cash register. And every Thursday he plays slow jazz after midnight. For no one in particular. ARMY has evolved from followers to witnesses. No more countdowns. No more speculation. Just subtle rituals. A violet ribbon tied on park benches. Inked lyrics whispered to the wind. Watching sunsets without looking away. Not as tribute. But as memory made active. Not chasing him. But walking beside the absence he made holy. Jungkook's voice is a temple, not a telegram. At his recent live he played an old voice memo. A breeze. A laugh. A piano key held too long. As if someone was trying to stay in the moment without ruining it by naming it. No one asked whose voice echoed faintly in the background. Because some echoes are sacred. And Jungkook's loyalty is now carved in silence. The comeback isn't a calendar event. It's a soft alignment. In an abandoned theater in Berlin, someone found a Polaroid on an empty seat. The curtain was closed. But the light was on. On the back. "I'm not hiding. I'm healing where no one knocks." No one signed it. But the photo smelled faintly of lavender and ash. The scent of someone who knows what it costs to stay gentle. Taehyung isn't promoting. He's protecting. A man in Morocco claimed he met a traveler who spoke in poems. He bought no souvenirs. Only asked if the stars were softer here. Before leaving, he wrote on a cafe napkin, "I once thought fame was a firework. But it's better as a lantern. Quiet, steady, and only for those who choose to walk in the dark." They framed it. Now the cafe lights a candle at dusk every day. They call it the Hour of Taehyung. This isn't a teaser. It's a testament. In a Korean coastal village, a grandmother said a young man came to her fish market. He didn't speak much. Bought seaweed and smiled like someone who remembered how small joys once saved him. Later, she found a stone by her prayer altar. "Thank you for keeping the sea warm." She cried. Because that's exactly what her son used to say when he was afraid. She never saw the man again. But her prayers now end with a song no one else knows. A lullaby shaped like forgiveness. He's not abandoning music. He's turning it back into mystery. Whispers say there's a secret track floating in the cloud. No lyrics, no title. Just breath. The rhythm of someone sitting beside grief until it spoke back. Engineers analyzed the file. All they found was a spike in frequency every 12 seconds. Like someone remembering something tender on loop. No one knows who uploaded it. But the file name read, "For the day I forget myself." Taehyung didn't go quiet. He became a frequency. In Prague, a busker played 3 notes and began to cry. He didn't know why. A child passed by and whispered, "That's the sound of someone who used to sing in dreams." He gave her a flower. She tucked it behind her ear and said, "Tell him thank you for still listening." Final whisper, presence isn't proven. It's felt. You won't find him trending. You won't hear him name himself. But you will feel him in. A breeze that holds too long. A vinyl crackle that matches your heartbeat. A poem scribbled in your mind when you didn't mean to write one. This isn't a comeback. It's a communion. Of stillness. Of grief learning how to bloom. Of a fandom no longer screaming, but humming in harmony with a man who taught them how to feel the unsaid. If today feels softer. If a shadow lingers like a memory with petals. If silence makes you cry. Maybe it's him. Still walking slowly. Still rewriting what it means to return. Still reminding us. You don't have to be seen to be believed. You just have to echo in the right hearts.
In the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
There comes a point where the applause fades. But the ache remains. Not like pain, but like a room still warm after someone leaves it. This week, the world didn't see Taehyung, but it felt softer. And that was enough. He didn't post, but the sky did. A photo went viral, though it never reached trending. A dusklit alley in Lisbon. A scarf tied to a lamppost. Beneath it, a single Polaroid of the sea untouched. On the back, "I'm not lost. I'm just walking slower than memory." People thought it was art. But Army knew. That's exactly how he always signed his presence. In gestures that felt like déjà vu. Jungkook isn't sharing memories. He's curating grief. During a live stream, Jungkook hummed a forgotten jazz standard. He paused, then smiled, like someone remembering who taught him that tune under a rainy canopy. He whispered, "I miss songs that didn't ask to be explained." And fans didn't cry because he said it. They cried because it felt like something Taehyung would have said first. No announcements. Only alignments. At a museum in Vienna, a small exhibit opened titled Unsung, Unsaid, Undone. Each room featured nothing but a single object in silence. Room 1, a fogged mirror with fingerprints. Room 4, a glove with sand in it. Room 7, a violin bow broken clean at the middle. No signs. No curators. No instructions. Yet thousands came, just to sit and breathe beside the absence. Someone left behind a sticky note on the glass wall. He didn't disappear. He disarmed us. He's not releasing a new album. He's releasing us. In Seoul, a gallery posted an anonymous letter slid under their door. It read, "Maybe fame is a cage with velvet bars. And maybe I'm just finding the windows again. Signed V. Or maybe someone pretending to be." But the handwriting trembled with that familiar echo. Like someone who used to perform on command. And now only moves when the soul says go. Army doesn't beg for updates. They breathe for them. At 6:12 p.m., a worldwide pattern emerges. Fans turn off notifications. Some light incense. Some whisper his name into a journal. Some just sit still and listen for what silence might reveal. Not a trend. A ritual. They don't do it for him. They do it because he taught them how to do it for themselves. Jungkook's eyes are holding what his mouth won't say. In his recent photo drop, fans noticed something strange. Among the aesthetic shots, city lights, raindrops, windows, there was one blurry image. A reflection in a cafe window. 2 figures. One seated. One standing behind, laughing into a scarf. There was no caption. But someone commented, "I don't know who that is. But it feels like someone I've never forgotten." This isn't a teaser era. It's a tender one. In Marrakesh, a tea vendor spoke of a man who asked to sit alone by the spice table. He scribbled a poem into the corner of a newspaper, then vanished before the tea steeped. The poem read, "I used to dance for the crowd. Now I sway only for the sky. It's quieter here. And I still remember how to feel." The vendor didn't save the paper. But he changed the music in the stall to soft piano ever since. No explanation. Just atmosphere. The return isn't global. It's intimate. A fan in Manila recorded herself sitting on a rooftop at midnight, playing nothing but the hum of the city. She captioned it, "I don't miss him. I meet him here every time I sit with what hurts. Thousands watched. Not because she cried, but because she didn't need to. She simply stayed. Taehyung isn't missing. He's meditating in the middle. A monastery in Bhutan recently reported someone requested to sweep the prayer room. No camera, no conversation, just presence. He left a note behind. Fame taught me volume. Silence taught me truth. They didn't keep the note. They let it burn in the incense fire. Because some words were never meant to be stored. Only felt once and deeply. Final whisper, stillness is the new stage. The industry still asks, where is Taehyung? What's next for V? Is there a comeback scheduled? But the better question now is, what if he already came back? Just not for the cameras? What if he's in the gentle relearning of how to feel something without proving it? In the choice to be absent from the noise. In the sacred decision to heal without a hashtag. In the quiet courage of Jungkook's fingers pausing a millisecond longer on that one piano note. Because some duets don't happen on albums. They happen in breath. In ritual. In remembering without asking for more. If today feels like a prayer without words. If your heartbeat sounds like a song you used to cry to. If a breeze touches your cheek like a name you forgot you knew. If you smiled without knowing why while watching the sky shift at 6:12. Then maybe, just maybe, Taehyung's still here. Not to perform, but to remind you. You never needed the music video. You just needed to feel the echo. And Jungkook? He's not waiting. He's walking beside it. Lighting the path not with fanfare, but with fidelity.